I would say all the ingredients really are here in India for us now to really move it forward now and to tackle the problems in India and to progress towards achieving SDG 2. However, I would like to note, for the record, a lot of people think that putting more money into something gives you more output. This is not the way we're going nowadays. We need to be smarter. It's not a matter of spending more money, but doing things differently. So it is a smarter approach, which I'm hearing today from all these websites being launched and everybody in this room, is a smarter way of doing business. So this is what I think we need to look at. To act and plan smarter. Diversifying the food basket, supplementation, and fortification are three huge things which, when targeting the most vulnerable groups, can make us act smarter and get significant progress as we move ahead. I'll now touch on fortification for a minute or two. There are a number of ways to address this issue, and everybody in the gathering here, I'm sure, knows maybe even more than myself the merits of fortification and its need in terms of your food strategy as a nation. A sound fortification strategy, policy, and implementation and action plans can lead to relatively rapid improvements in micronutrient status of the population, and at a very reasonable and affordable cost, especially if advantage can be taken of existing technology and local distribution networks. Both of these things are on a very high level in India. The government, of course, is very encouraging to see what the government is doing in this respect, and also we acknowledge the lead that is being played by fssai in this respect. And we expect great progress as we move towards the future, which looks very bright. Fortification makes economic sense. There's lots of literature on that. I don't want to go into it, but from as low as $1 investment into fortification and stunting can give you a result of about between $20 up to $56 a return on investment, depending on how you are doing it. This is a huge and colossal amount, and therefore it makes economic sense, it makes political sense, it makes moral sense that one needs to really invest a lot in these smarter objectives such as fortification. So, I pose 4 questions. 1, is there a compelling case for fortification in India? And the answer is yes. Second one, is the timing right for fortification and is the window of opportunity here? Answer to that, yes, it is here. Third question, can it be done in India? The answer to that is yes, it can be done in India. It has been done in iodine deficiency control, so it can be done. You have done it. You've got the t-shirt, you can do it again in a much better way with modern technology. So that comes to my last question. My last question is, what do we need to do now to make fortification a success in India now? Because it's what we do now that's going to push us into the future to get those achievements. I was asked to give a few comments on the states and the union territories. Mr. Agrawal, I cannot speak directly on the states. States are autonomous, as we know, in India, but I can tell you about our experience as World Food Program in some of these states. So we have had some interventions at state level, and notably we have done some pilot projects on fortification in Gajapati, which is in Odisha, which was an iron fortification of rice. We are also currently doing other projects, for example, in Denkanal on micronutrient fortification, and also in Kerala we're doing some work, and we're hoping to sign an MOU with the UP government very soon regarding this. So we are being asked, and we are being called upon by states as World Food Program and UN agencies to come and try and see how we can help to intervene. However, many of these states are also looking at how do they deliver on the Sustainable Development Goals. So many states are looking at the SDGs now, which India has signed up to, and saying to themselves, how do we deliver on this? What is the most pressing priority SDG in our state? And time again, we're hearing SDG 2 come up at the very top of the list. So I would like to give maybe a few points on what I have observed, on what we have observed from the states, from the interaction that we've had. 1, fssai has set standards for certain foods. However, there is a need to develop standard operating procedures on fortification methodologies and implementation. So it's not just putting standards on the food. How do you now look at the systems and processes to allow that to happen? So fssai has done a very, very big step by setting the standards, what needs to be done. The next question now is, how do we now do this at the state level? And states are asking us, okay? So therefore, putting in place what I would say would be standard operating procedures at state level, from the central down to the state. The guidelines, the reporting, the measurements, and things like that are things that we need to look at now. The second thing we're hearing from the states is the need for the collaboration, especially in the different departments. Department of Health, the Ministry of Health is a very important one. So people always look at it, oh, it's HRD because of midday meals, or oh, it's Food Ministry because of PPDS is there. There needs to be a complete convergence within all these three to make fortification a success. So therefore, I'm urging that this is some area that needs to be looked at very critically. The third thing we're hearing from states is the policy environment. We need to create an enabling policy environment to allow these things to happen. And the policy environment is very critical, because if government makes a policy that makes it either mandatory or supports it, or then it makes it move smoother and easier down the line. The last thing I'm hearing from the states is the costing. How much does it cost? Everybody talks about money. How much does it cost? Now, a lot of work has been done on this, and I know in particular rice, we need to do a little bit more work on rice fortification because it's slightly more expensive. But if more people now are using fortified rice, then, and by the way, rice constitutes between 67 and 70% of what goes into the food safety net in India. So therefore, there's a need to really concentrate also on that. So the costing is an issue, and I think plenty of research also has been done on that. I would like to acknowledge two. So in the bottom line is that the hardware is in place in India. The schools are there, the FSSAI is there, the fair price shops are there, the road is there, the infrastructure is there, ICT is there, Aadhaar card is there, all the ingredients are there. The question now is that how do we align this together now, the hardware with the software, to push fortification forward? I would like to recognize POSHTIC, and my colleague Sharika will say a little bit more about that. But POSHTIC is a group of 11 institutions and agencies coming together, which are advocating for the fortification of different foods with essential micronutrients, and to create an enabling environment for food fortification in India. And this, of course, we're working very closely with FSSAI in that regard. So we help to coordinate the activities of that, and currently the chair of POSHTIC actually is the World Food Program. I would also like to acknowledge, in my conclusion, the role that is being played by FSSAI. I was present among you all last year, exactly a year ago today, when FSSAI took the bold and much needed step of releasing the standards of fortification of food. This is now 1 year on, and I'm proud to say that the government, industry partners, and developing agencies have come a long way in making fortified foods available to the general public. FSSAI has undoubtedly played a significant role in furthering the availability of fortified foods, not only in the commercial markets, but also in the social safety nets for the beneficiaries who need it the most. I would like to acknowledge that. Lastly, in conclusion, I would like to say, we all know that this has not been an easy task, and there's a long way to go. Everybody is required, all hands on deck, including private sector. This notion that food and food security is an issue which belongs to the state or the government, it's all of us together, including private sector. Therefore, I would like to say that we need to share our knowledge and our expertise, and we need to work together towards getting better nutrition, so that that anemic mother or that malnourished child in India will be a thing of the past. We can do it. We need to continue the push for fortification at national and regional level due to the understanding of the challenges that are being faced at state level. And we need to learn from our experiences in the field. With those few words, and I'm sure my 5 minutes is just up, I would like to thank you very much, and to note that today being World Food Day, many of you have been invited to the United Nations grounds for an event that we're holding today with private sector. Many of the CEOs here have been invited, so please come, let us interact, let us come together. Thank you very much.
Thank you.